This episode got me fucking hyped. Yo, what is up, SoresanCrockxen clan members, Pokemon fans, and also talking about this video. Today we're here to talk about episode 14 of Pokemon Horizons, and I have to say, this is probably my favorite episode so far in the entire season. And I'm hyped, and the best part is, I called this shit, right? I called this shit. I've been saying this shit. I'm so happy about it. I really am. I really am that I fucking called it. I called it. I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe I fucking did it. But anyways, the episode was great. I love this new guy. I don't know his name yet, but the new explorer dude. I fucking like that guy. I like him. Okay, he's a fucking threat. Like the man. Like not only fought against Freed, like without being present. This boy was commanding his Pokemon via like these sensors that he had on the Magneton and the BHM, and they were talking to him, giving him the orders, and like Freed had no idea where the fuck this man was. Like that's fucking wild. This man cornered Freed. Okay, first off he made him chase him to Valencia, and then trapped him in the fucking alleyway, and then forced him to Terra his Charizard so that he could deal with these. Like that boy got him cornered. That was legit. And then the fucking Roy with the Wattrel stuff was goated. Okay, this is what I'm saying. Like I knew for a fact ever since it was announced that they were gonna have this thing with the Wattrel. Not like before the break. I had a suspicious feeling that something was gonna happen with it, or it was gonna get caught. But when they were announcing it, I don't know who. But as soon as I saw the last episode, and I'm so mad that I didn't see it until so late, I would have been able to call that shit since the episode came out. I'm so salty that I didn't. That it took me so fucking long to watch the episode, because I fucking called it in the fucking review I made. I'm like a little over 80% sure that Roy is catching this fucking thing. And look at that shit. He fucking caught the Wattrel. And the best part about it is the way they did it, right? Because I knew, I'm not going to say I knew exactly the way they were going to do it. But I had that, because of my past history with the series and the way Ash used to do things back in the day. And again, I'm sorry for bringing Ash into this thing. But it had that same feel as it did back in the day. Something was wrong with this Wattrel, right, in the previous episode. I thought it was just he's afraid of heights. I think that's the main crux of it thing. Like I think that the Wattrel is just scared of being in high places or not being able so close to the ground, and that's the thing. But I think it was more of a thing where he's afraid to fly, or I don't know if it's a female or a male Wattrel. But the point is, I don't know if it's afraid to fly or something like that. But the point is, Roy was out here helping this poor little Wattrel to fly so he could go to his friends, right? And we got to the point where the Wattrel had through fear and a little bit of like I'm gonna die, a little bit of courage, was flapping its wings when they were Roy was dangling him off the cliff. Which side note, I'm getting weird vibes from the old man again, the grandpa dude. Because he helped Roy and he helped Dot in the previous episode, I'm not feeling like he's a bad guy anymore. But this also turns into my potential theory that maybe all of the Volcateers are technically the bad guys. But that's going to be a thing for another video, where we're not going to talk about that right now. But point stands, the man helped Roy out, and I gotta give him props because Roy's like my favorite character in the show right now. So a little bias there, I know, but this is the way I am. But anyway, so after Roy's helping the Wattrel fly and all this other shit, getting the Wattrel used to not being stuck on the ground and all this other stuff, when they finally get him to fly, or when Roy finally gets the Wattrel to fly, it was this moment where the Wattrel was gonna fall to to the water, and it was able to like create the electricity in its wings, which is the way that it is in the anime or in the fucking Pokedex. Look at me, it's the name in the anime, in the games, and everything. But it uses the electricity that it stores in its wings and the electric current that it creates to force the air currents around to circulate, which allows it to fly and all this stuff. So it was able to do that. It got caught in the wind currents and was able to make it to the top of the tower with its friends. And I didn't realize this because the way they were showing is like they're part of the same flock and all this shit. That Wattrel was way smaller than the rest of them. I don't know if anybody else noticed that, but like every other Wattrel in that flock was, you know, decently sized, and then that like Roy's Wattrel is literally tiny compared to them all. So it's either a baby or it's just different sized, you know, Wattrel. Because I think in the games you can get different sized mons or some shit like that. I don't fucking remember too specifics about that, but either way, and then it ended up happening kind of a way I would have expected it. Roy's leaving, you know, because they gotta go, right? The ship has been fixed after Freed, you know, got rid of the Magneton and shit. The ship is ready to go, so Roy's got to leave. And then the Wattrel noticed, like Roy says goodbye. Obviously, I don't think the Wattrel heard it, but the Wattrel looks back and sees that Roy is leaving. And then Roy is with Murdoch, and they're walking towards the ship. And then, you know, Roy's a little sad because, you know, typical stuff like, oh, got so attached to the Wattrel and all this other stuff. And then Murdoch is like, Roy, and then they turn around, and then the Wattrel's flying towards him. He's like, but after all that hard work to fly to be with his friends, it's like Murdoch's like, but now he wants to be your friend. And I'm like, okay, I gotta admit, I got a little emotional here, because like the fucking Wattrel was flying down, and the boy got caught by another wind current, and because it's still like getting into the groove of things of flying, the current was actually gonna, you know, knock it down into the water. And Murdoch gave him the Pokeball, and Roy's like, please, just save it! And then he threw the Pokeball, it spun towards the Wattrel, and like, barely grazed it, but it was still enough for the Pokeball to activate. So then the Wattrel comes in, and then Roy like jumps towards the cliff, and then catches the Pokeball before it falls off. I'm like, yes! This was hype. I'm like, for a first capture, I'm not counting Fuecoco, okay? Fuecoco is the fucking starter. So I'm not counting that one. But for a first catch, bruh, this was hype as fuck. I was excited. I was really hyped, and it got me emotional. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little emotional about it. But Roy's my boy. He caught his first mon, and the Wattrel was so attached, like he was like so thankful for everything. And just started like, you know, brushing against Roy when it came out of the Pokeball. It was great. The only blimp in this episode, and it's not even about this episode in particular, it's the next episode's gonna affect. But I will say I liked how I liked what happened at the end. I just don't like what it's leading into. The villain guy, the explorer, I don't know, fucking Liko is giving me some like I'm ignorant as fucking everything, and I don't know how to take care of myself vibes. Cause like the bitch. Okay, I shouldn't say that because that's rude. Liko's not a bitch. She's a nice girl. But when she went out with Murdoch to get some supplies, and then when they were coming back, they were talking about how there's this spice that Murdoch wants, but they didn't have it at the store. So in my mind, if I'm Liko and I get an alert that the same spice that I was talking with Murdoch about suddenly shows up on my Rotom phone as like, hey, limited sale, I would go to Murdoch and be like, yo, Murdoch, look, you're the fucking thing no, the bitch says, I said it again. You know what? We're going to roll with it. The bitch says like, okay, I'm going to go by myself, knowing full well that there's a group of people that are after me, and I should not be going anywhere by myself because I could get kidnapped again for whatever reason because there's a group after me, right? I'm in danger. I should not be going anywhere myself. I'm going to go to this place that is telling me where I can get this limited edition or with limited sales and supplies spice that Murdoch wants just to like surprise him. I'm not going to tell anybody else where I'm going or none of that shit. I'm going to go there And then the fucking the dude shows up and hypnotizes the bitch, and then steals the fucking pendant, and then walks away like a boss. Like, oh, you didn't drop anything or lose anything, right? And she's like, oh, I don't know, and then he leaves like a boss. I'm gonna say I like this guy. I like the different styles between him and Matthew, and I hope to God that every other member that we run into is different like this. They have their own little tactics and shit. My problem with this is that they're going with the amnesia storyline, and I hate that fucking plot line. I hate it when they do that in shows, which means like the next episode is gonna be one of my least favorite. Like it's gonna be down there. I'm not gonna enjoy it because I saw the preview and the fact that fucking Lico and Spooky are at it again. I'm like fuck. I hate it when they do that shit. But other than that, like the episode itself, even what happens at the end, like if I hadn't seen the preview, I wouldn't have known it was going to be an amnesia thing. But I like the fact that he hypnotized her and took the pendant because it makes him look like more of a threat. So I'm not faulting him. I hate the fact that they're making this lead into an amnesia shit. I don't like it. But anyways, that's it for this episode. Like I said, this is my favorite episode so far. There were a lot of just some small things here and there that were whatever. But as a package, this is my favorite episode so far. But, as you guys know, I don't believe in perfection when it comes to this shit. So I'm going to give it like a 9.2 out of 10 for now. Like I said, favorite episode so far in the series. Episode 14 is my GOAT. Roy's my boy. And my boy caught up his first month. And it's hype as fuck. We're going to leave it off there. Leave your thoughts, comments in the comment section below. Make sure to leave, go to the description if you guys want to watch the episode. And without further ado, I've been SoresanCrockxen, and I will see you guys in future videos, and I hope you guys enjoyed the stream that came out yesterday. In case you missed it, it's in the vlog. So, weekly streams on Sundays. Go watch them. What's up? Let's go.